Hyundai LNC interior film Bodaq, leading the space trend. Make the world more beautiful. Make the interior more elegant. It creates a living space full of specialties. Hyundai LNC interior film Bodaq, thinking about health and safety. From material selection, applying strict eco-friendly standards, we create a healthy space which is beneficial to both nature and people. Create a space with a differentiated, sensitive design that resembles nature and includes the senses. Eco-friendly interior film Hyundai LNC Bodaq. We are introducing the easy, quick, and perfect way to install the Bodaq interior film. Perfect tools and preparations complete the perfect installation. First, for safety, a ventilator, a dust mask, work belt, gypsum putty, putty knife, sandpaper, sanding machine, brush, tape line, masking tape for the pre-work, a cutting board for measurement and cutting, a rolling cutter, and a cutting ruler, primer for application work, diluent, mixing bowl, beaker, brush, vinyl for preservation. For film attachment, have a plastic squeegee, cutter knife, wool felt, and industrial dryer ready. First of all, keep the room temperature of the place between 15 and 25 degrees for the best adhesion. Especially during winter, you should be fully prepared to keep the room temperature warm. Remove the existing attachments on the attachment surface and measure the required quantity considering the pattern direction. Even the same shape to be adhered may have differentiate in size, so accurate measurements and notes are required. Ensure that protective vinyl is securely attached to the floor or wall before starting work. This prevents foreign substances from getting on the floor during operation. Fill in the piece marks, nail marks, cut parts, and connections of plywood with putty and dry them. Check with your hands to see if it's completely dry, and then start next. Grind the adhesive surface thoroughly with sandpaper. Finish it neatly with a brush. Sanding the surface sufficiently to increase film adhesion. Use sandpaper on narrow side and sanding machine on wide side. Make it as flat as possible to make the next task easier. For best adhesion, we recommend using Bodaq Optimized Primer. Water primers should be mixed with water in a 1:2 ratio, and oil primers should be mixed with a thinner in a 2:1 ratio, and mixed as well as possible. However, please increase the proportion of primer mixing to ensure safer construction during the season when the temperature drops a lot. The primer should be applied evenly over the entire surface. If the area is small or corner area, must be applied thoroughly with a small brush, and if the area is wide, apply with a large brush or roller. It is good to work based on the grain of the film. During application, the cut surface of wood among the adherents has a high primer absorption rate, so apply 2 to 3 more times. Water-based primers must be dried for at least 2 hours, and oil-based primers must be dried for at least an hour. It must be checked that it is completely dry according to the conditions of the site. After checking the dryness, smooth the adhesive surface with sandpaper and remove foreign substances with a hairbrush. Finally, touch it with your hand and check it thoroughly once again. When constructing interior films, the best way to speed up the work without mistakes is to have the correct foundation and systematic attachment according to the measured figure. Use rubber plates or carpets as the floor for work and cut easily with a cut-off roller. After measuring the exact size that needs to be glued, cut each part about 5 centimeters larger than the measured size. After tightly folding the release paper that has been peeled off by about 10 centimeters from the end, attach it temporarily, taking care not to sag in the center, and set the standard by attaching the sheets from the center to the left and right. At this time, make sure that the center and the equilibrium are precisely aligned. Then, peel off the release paper 20 to 30 centimeters at a time, and attach it from top to bottom as if drawing a circle in the form of a left and right sector based on the center. It is simpler if you use its elasticity without breaking the release paper. When the attachment is finished, compress it strongly once more from the center to the left and right. At this time, air bubbles may enter, so tilt it 45 degrees with the soft side of the squeegee and press it as if to expel air. Apply sufficient pressure to press the construction site properly to prevent the attachment surface from coming off. Be sure to press all areas with a squeegee. When bubbles occur, reduce the bubble area with the squeegee. If you draw a dot with a cutter knife or draw a line to remove air, it becomes even more perfect. Attach one side of the corner first, then flip the rest over along the corner. Cut it, leaving the excess of the flipped sheet. Then glue the other side and cut the edges along the corner and cleanly finish it. It is same for the indented corners. After attaching one side, squeeze it to the corner with a metal spatula. Place the spatula on the other side and cut off the extra sheet with a cutter. When the temperature is low and it is difficult to cut, heat the corners with a dryer and attach them together. Be careful, as the sheet may be deformed if heated for a long time. At this time, due to the static electricity generated by the release paper, foreign substances are attached to the sheet. It is recommended to roll the release paper up while working so that it does not touch the floor. If you want to attach the sides together, cut the width as much as the side and attach the front side first. Then, use a squeegee to fold the horizontal film to the side and attach it. Then cut the corner diagonally. Glue the protrusions of the diagonal cut cross-section. Turn the other side in the same way to finish it neatly. Because part of the film overlaps, the connection of overlap cannot be opened. Attach the first sheet of film, leaving the overlapping part. After applying masking tape, apply a primer to the overlapping area. Afterwards, overlap the film with masking tape, then cut off the remaining part and finish it. When overlapping and cutting, cut the film with about 5 centimeters of release paper left to face each other. At this time, it is important to cut the release paper except for the film. Leave the release paper without peeling it off and overlap the second film by 5 centimeters from the hem. Cut the center part of the two overlapping sheets vertically and remove unnecessary parts. Then, press the left and right sides of the sheet with your fingers to press evenly, and then press the joint with the squeegee to adhere neatly. First, attach the film to one side of the curved structure, then move to the front. Squeeze while drawing an ellipse from side to side. It is important that the film also forms a curved surface along the curve. Apply heat along the curved surface using an industrial dryer. By weakening the tension on the film temporarily, create a curved surface by hand. At this time, when exposed to heat for a long time, or when it is spread by hand, the sheet may be deformed, so you need to carefully control your strength. So let's summarize everything once again. How is it? Anyone can easily build it, right? More elegantly. More beautiful. More healthy. Hyundai LNC Interior Film Bodaq adds value to your space. Eco-friendly interior film. Hyundai LNC Bodaq. A space that comforts. Interior. A promise for the future. Environment. Hyundai Department Store Group. Hyundai LNC.